Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Locum23. You're joining me for Choice of the Stories You Play, Crown of the Flame, Book 3, Chapter 6, The Secrets of Phydoria. Now playing as Raiden, with Kenna leading in an expedition to confront Hex and Aurela, you find yourself traveling in the opposite direction toward the kingdom of Phydoria. With you is a small force of Stormhold soldiers, as well as a most unlikely traveling companion. Good morning, Val. Raiden, I swear by every god you hold dear, if you don't stop sneaking up on me. 1,000 apologies. I shall endeavor to walk more loudly in your presence. Val turns back to the airship controls, muttering to herself after a moment. I bet you wish you were going to help Aurela right now. It being your home and all? So, are you doing alright? A twist of anguish grips your chest, but you brush it aside with practiced ease. I trust Kenna and the others to handle the situation. Besides, we are needed elsewhere. Guess so. I'm gonna regret saying this, but for what it's worth, I'm glad you came along. Valentina, are you being nice to me? And now I regret it. Just shut up and tell me about Phydoria. You've been there before, right? I have. Phydorians are very learned, technically. Somewhat colorful. Very learned. Inen, the capital city, is home to the largest library in the Five Kingdoms. I hear that on certain days the library is open to the public, and the royal scholars will provide free reading lessons to all who ask. Oh boy, a whole kingdom of know-it-alls? You'll be right at home. You smile at Val's attempted insult, causing her to scowl and mutter to herself again. You'll soon have the opportunity to make your own assessment. Can't wait. Your ship glides below the clouds, and Val guides it towards an empty field outside the city. You have like a car alarm on this thing? Ooh, that's pretty. Upon arriving at the palace gates, you're greeted by a couple brightly decorated soldiers. Have we been to Phydoria? Because holy shit, I don't remember this. And I remember Phydorians very well. Welcome, travelers, to the Grand Palace of Inen. May I ask the purpose of your visit? We are here at the behest of Her Majesty Kenna Rise, Queen of Stormhold. Kenna Rise, my word! I've heard such remarkable stories about her. Did she really defeat the Blood King single-handedly? I heard she cut off his nose, and now wears it as a necklace. Really? How dreadful. I'm gonna start cutting off noses if you don't let us talk to whoever runs this joint. The Queen is already on her way out, and you don't have to be so rude about it. Yeah, I don't remember this place. The palace doors swings open, and a primly dressed young woman emerges, surrounded by a routine of guards and courtiers. Hello, my name is Auren Amonth. Queen Auren. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm not really used to the title. You look Auren up and down, observing the corner of a book protruding from her skirt pocket, and black ink stains under her fingernails. I must say, I've never met a queen who also... a scholar. How did you... Auren follows your gaze to the ink stains under her fingernails. She blushes. Oh, drat. I washed my hands twice before I came out here. It's barely noticeable. I simply make a habit of seeing what others do not. Like the great investigator. Excuse me? Sorry, you don't know who that is, of course. He's a handsome, observant protagonist in a story I'm reading. I don't know why I said handsome. Never mind. I know I'm probably not what you expected. My twin brother was supposed to inherit the throne, but, well... Ah, Prince Devon. Queen Kenna spoke highly of him. I'm very sorry for your loss. Ah, so that's why we've heard Fierdoria before. Thank you. We're grateful to have you here. Unfortunately, much of our army was lost during the fight to reclaim Anon from King Luther's forces. We've bolstered our numbers through recruitment, but the new recruits are mostly young aristocrats and artisans, untrained in the arts of war. So all that stands between your kingdom and the Iron Empire is a bunch of spoiled noble brats? I believe what Val meant to say is that we're happy to help in any way we can, including training new recruits. Right, Val? Hey, if that means I get to spend all day making these rich dandies sweat, then I'm more than happy to help. Val leers at the nearby soldiers who shift uncomfortably in their gilded armor. Yeah, you could stop by painting them pink and purple armor. It'd be great, thanks. Excellent. We have no way of knowing how soon the Iron Empire will arrive, but it's safe to assume it'd be sooner than we'd like. And since they're coming, we must fortify your coastline. Once Azura's army crosses the ocean, she'll have to go through either Fierdoria or Abantus in order to invade the other kingdoms. And we're a much easier target than Luther's stronghold. I'm afraid so. We must keep our eyes to the seas so that Azura's ships don't take us by surprise. This will be like no battle you have fought before. The Iron Empire's strength lies more in its superior numbers. Whatever do you mean? Well, for starters, the Empress can shoot lightning bolts out of her hands. Did you say lightning bolts? Yep, big ones. But that's fascinating. I've read about fish that can produce a small electrical charge, but nothing like what you describe. Yeah, it's less fun when you're on the receiving end. We've experienced these powers in rather close quarters. I do not know if we've seen the full extent of our abilities, and I cannot begin to guess how one might defend against them. Do I have to scream lightning rod at all? Do I have to scream it? Oh, please tell me you know of a lightning rod! Sweet Jesus, Whitlock, you have failed us. Actually, I might know of a way. The Eden Library contains books that are centuries old, and some speak of a time when all sorts of magic were common in the Five Kingdoms. Do these books say how such magics can be counted? Lightning rod. I may be misremembering, but I seem to recall a reference to something called anti-magic? Lightning rod. Your heart quickens. That sounds promising indeed. If you need, if you would like some assistance in the library, perhaps I could, your assistance would be greatly appreciated. Val, you'd be fine trading the army without me? Val looks from Arin's blushing face to yours, raising an amused eyebrow. Oh, I'm going to have a great time. Just try not to get too distracted in there. Yeah? I'll do my best, but it can be difficult to stay focused when there are so many interesting tomes to read. Black hell, she's serious. Ahem. Please lead the way, Your Majesty. The ignorance of innocence. You follow Arin through a pair of tall golden doors. Gentle lamplight flickers across the spines of countless books. Feel free to screenshot that if you'd like. Welcome to the Grand Library of Enon. It's beautiful. I feel as though I've come home. That's how I feel about it, too. Much as I would like to lose myself in these shells, we do have a mission. Shall we start with the history section? Yeah, but that seems a logical place to begin. This way. You follow Arnon up one of the delicate spiral staircases. I don't believe I've ever seen so many books in one place. It's wonderful, isn't it? Finding a particular book can take time, though. I hope you don't mind. Why would I mind? I relish any chance to spend time with such a beautiful woman. What? That is... Arnon looks away, adjusting her spectacles, her cheeks flush a vibrant blood red. Was that too forward? No, it's just... No one's ever... Never mind. Still refusing to look at you, Arnon grabs a book from the shelf at random and buries her face in it. The two of you begin reading together in a companionable silence. A while later, you find yourself engrossed in a book of mythology. The would-be queen traveled to the end of the world, to a place where land and sky met. She reached up into the sky, grasping for that power that ran through it like a great river. The gods of the sky and land warned that the would-be queen, the power was more than mortal could bear. It would burn away her heart and leave her a hollow thing. Oh. You've found something? Not what we're looking for, just interesting. This book is a record of several Fridorian noble lines. There's mention of a young lord marrying a... Well, here they call her a fire witch? I beg your pardon? Arnon holds up the book, showing you a drawing of a young woman with dark hair and a man who looks strikingly familiar. Okay, hold on. That is so hard to look at. Is that... Sai? That man looks just like Dominic, and the woman has the same flame-shaped brand on her chest. Arnon squints at the words written underneath the drawing. Lord Arden Alcantor of Ferrol and his wife Idara, family name unknown. What happened to them? It's a sad story, but I don't think it has anything to do with anti-magic. Arnon closes the book and reaches up to return it to the shelf. Could it be? Could the people in the drawing be Dominic's parents? Oh. Read the book to learn the story of Dom's parents and why infant Dom was abandoned on the steps of Stormhold. How much is that? So 20. So when we do the Diamond Edition, keep that in mind. Let us shelve it. Silently you watch as Arnon slides the book back in its place on the shelf. She said it was a sad story. Perhaps it's better if Dominic never knows. Yeah, when we can catch him when he's not being mind-controlled, sure thing. After a long hour of research, Arnon lets out a dejected sigh. I found several references to magic and anti-magic, but no reputable scholar seems willing to admit there's anything more than folklore. But I just remembered that the library does have an extensive collection of ancient artifacts. Perhaps our search will yield more fruit there. In the ancient artifacts section, you wander among glass cases full of old, broken objects, masks and scrolls, reliquaries, and strange, beautiful stones. Half of these are not even labeled. Enough mysteries here to last a lifetime. A small book catches your eye, its leather cover cracked with age. Gently, you remove the book from its case and page through. Look here, these diagrams seem to show a figure negating magical attacks. Really? Let me see. Arnon flips through the next several pages, which are full of unintelligible script. It's all ancient Irith. No one's spoken that language in centuries. I might be able to pick out a few words, but... You study the text, and something tugs at your memory. I've seen this before. Zara gestures to an ancient carving over the balcony door. It says, for every life, a purpose. So, ancient Earth is not extinct after all. You turn to the back cover and see a small pocket sewn into the leather. There's something inside. Ooh, a necklace. Arn holds the amulet up. You note how the flaws within the stone seem to bend and fracture the light. This is no stone I'm familiar with, yet another riddle for us to ponder. Try out these riddles. If we don't find some answer soon, I'll be very cross. You let out a chuckle, causing Arn to blush. Perhaps we should give ourselves a bit of rest. I'm sure Val will be interested in hearing what we've discovered so far. Arn nods, and the two of you make your way out of the library. If we give it to Willock, maybe you could do some experiments on it. You sit slouched on the front steps of the palace, watching scores of Fidorian soldiers try and arrange themselves into ranks in the courtyard. That's it. I'm gonna go take a nap. Call me when they're done. Oh my god! Besides, you one of Stormwell's soldiers you brought along gives a snort of laughter. What, you thought teaching military discipline to Fidoria's noble sons and daughters was going to be easy? Who said anything about discipline? I'm just here to teach them how to fight. Sir, what exactly is this mercenary teaching us at all? Is she even an officer? Listen here, you kilted twit. I should say, I have fought the Iron Empire soldiers. Keep talking, and I'll make you eat that helmet. I have fought the Iron Empire soldiers. And how is that different than fighting anyone else? Maybe if you shut your mouth for 2 seconds, you'd find out. Why, I will not stand here and be spoken to with such insolence. I'll have you known my father is a baron. Oh, well, in that case... You stand, dusting yourself off, and step down into the courtyard. What's your name, Mr. Baron's son? Claudius, you mad the third. You mad, really? Well, Claudius? Damn it! We're one flame away, son of a monkey. You think I've got nothing to teach you? Then why don't you leave? Excuse me? If you're going to be stubborn, get the whole time. Then you're wasting my time and yours. But you're right on that account, at least. Claudius turns and marches away. A small crowd of soldiers follow his lead. Well, there goes a tenth of our fighting force. They'd been useless anyways. Alright, the rest of you watch closely. Good job, Val, and good job me, because we're one flame away. Son of a monkey. You run through a simple routine of attacks and blocks with the Stormhold soldier, then set the rest of the soldiers to working on it in pairs. Have a thee! Yee! The second soldier fumbles her practice sword, nearly dropping it. Well, at least I didn't know it was a female, so I went, yee! I'm sorry. I don't usually, I've never fought anyone before. I, never would have guessed. Maybe Mother was right. All I'm good for is dancing at balls and looking pretty. Hey, there's no rule against looking pretty and doing lots of violence. I'm living proof. Just remember, fighting is basically the same as dancing. The only thing between you and a horrible death. The same, in a way, fighting is a dance. Especially as someone who has done martial arts, it is kind of a dance. Like dancing, how? You just need to learn the steps and practice them. Other than that, it's all about timing. Come on, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You run through the movements again, counting off the rhythm. A few minutes later, the soldiers manage to score a hit on your shoulder. Oh, I did it! I hit you! Nice one. Yay, we got a flame. Also, ow! Excuse me. Milady mercenary. Yeah. Not loving the title. It's just Val. As you say, Val, I was wondering, what is the best method for attacking an opponent in armor? I've only fought in duels, I'm afraid. I'm concerned that this weapon won't be very effective against those Iron Empire chaps. He holds up a thin rapier with a light blade and a wickedly sharp point. With that weapon, you should aim for the... Okay, so a rapier with a wicked sharp point. Problem is, joints are usually the most weakly armored because of mobility and flex ability. The heart and the chest area is usually the most densely protected area, so I would go with joints. Yep, got it. Armor from the Iron Empire is built for speed and maneuverability, which means more weak points than thin blade like this can exploit. Aim for the throat, underarm, waist, or anywhere else you see a gap in armor plates. Splendid! I'll do just that. Thank you for your help today, Val. I can't wait to give those Iron Empire brutes a taste of Praetorian gusto. Happy to help. After a few hours of practice, the Praetorians are actually starting to resemble something like a real army. Damn, I'm good. The doors to the palace swing open, revealing Raiden and Auron. Raiden nods to the nearby garden. Keep 'em practicing, will you? Whatever you say, my lady mercenary. You give the soldier a playful rap on the helmet, then turn to follow Raiden and Auron. You join them in the center of some fancy hedges, taking a seat on the lip of a huge, gaudy fountain. Find anything useful in that world-renowned library of yours? Perhaps. This book appears to contain instructions for several spells that could interrupt or negate magical attacks. Hells, that sounds like exactly what we need to kick Azura's alabaster... Unfortunately, neither of us can decipher the words. Take a look. Raiden shows you a page of meaningless scribbles. Great! All the time in the library, and the best you've got is a book you can't read. It's not our fault. Nobody's spoken ancient Irithi in 1,000 years. No one in the 5 kingdoms, at least. Besides, that's not all we found. Take a look at this. Ooh, shiny. Pretty. What's it for? It was inside the book, so it must be related to an anti-magic in some way. We have a few hypotheses, but without rigorous testing, there's no way to... You snatch the amulet out of Auron's hands and slip the chain over your head. Wait, we don't know how that artifact works. It could be dangerous. Cool off, Spymaster. It's not even doing any... Oh, I take it back. It's definitely doing something. Fascinating. May I? Hesitantly, Auron reaches out to touch the strange energy swirling around you. Slightly resistant to pressure, and a temperature slightly below ambient. I saw a diagram similar to this in the book. I think it's a shield against magic. Now that would be useful. With the protection amulet, Val will be immune to all magical attacks. Take the amulet for a major edge against Azura in the final battle. Why am I not surprised by this? Oh, let's see, that's, 19 plus 20. Oh, 39 diamonds in this one. Nah, I'll let Auron keep it, okay. Reluctantly, you remove the amulet and hand it over to Auron. Probably better not to mess with it until we know for sure how it works. That's very cautious of you, Val. Don't get used to it. If you'll excuse me, there's some business I should attend to before the day is through. Please, don't let us keep you. Shall we begin our research anew tomorrow? I would like that very much. Until then... Auron curtsies and hurries back towards the castle. Raiden watches her go until he notices you smirking at him. What? So, did you spend all that time just researching, or... The air suddenly shakes with the booming of huge bells. Panic shouts cut through the din, and you see a messenger sprinting towards the castle. "Enemy sighted! Enemy ships on the horizon!" What? No way. They couldn't be here already. You there. How many ships? How fast are they approaching? Scores! Hundreds! Screaming towards us like winged horrors. Oh, God! Go tell the Queen now. The messenger salutes, dashing up the castle steps. You stroke the handle of your flail, gritting your teeth. Burning black sodding hills. No way this army is ready for a fight. Do we run? There's no time. Listen. You shut your mouth and hear screams from the direction of the docks. The clash of steel on steel. The thunder of thousands of boots coming your way. What do we do? We improvise. Raiden turns and shoves you into the fountain. You hit the waist-deep water with a splash, sinking to the bottom of the basin. Above you, you hear distorted shouts as blurry white forms converge on Raiden. We claim this city in Azura's name. Best you lay down your weapons, friend. We do not wish to kill you. And I do not wish to die. The soldiers march Raiden up the steps of the castle, and you cautiously poke your head above the water. Raiden, you bloody stupid idiot. Not long after, you escape the fountain and find a hiding spot among the hedges. From your vantage point, you can watch as Raiden and the other nobility are being forced to kneel before Azura. Queen Orin, I'm so sorry that we had to meet this way. I have long admired the Fidoria from afar. Swear fealty to me now, and I promise that no harm will come to your people. Too late, technically, since you already engaged in fighting and probably killed God knows how many people. Orin glances to the side, where Joran holds Raiden firmly by the shoulder. I swear my loyalty to the Empress Azura, who shines brightest. Very good. That will suffice for now. Joran, please make them comfortable in the dungeons until my clerks can draft the formal papers. Yes, your radiance. As Joran marches the prisoners into the palace, Raiden looks directly at you and cocks one eyebrow ever so slightly. I don't see enough. Move along, prisoner. Joran prods Raiden with the butt of a spear, and the prisoners continue the march inside towards the dungeons. Great. Looks like Val has got to save the day again. And I'm going to assume that magic amulet would have came in great impudence, because we would have been able to kick Azura's ass with it, because it's anti-magic, or so we hope. You delved into the secrets of the great library of Fidoria and discovered an important clue to defeating Azura. You decided not to learn the story of Dom's parents. They will always be a mystery to him. You told a stuck-up, arrogant ass of a baron's son to get lost. Unfortunately, he took a big chunk of your army with him. You didn't take the anti-magic protection amulet. You'll have to rely on your wits to protect you from magic. Psst, lightning rod. Azura has crossed the ocean and seized control of Fidoria. Will you be able to escape the city in time to warn Kenna? No. Alright, so we... Of course Madeline wasn't recruited. Of course Chloe... Oh! They added her name! Look at that! Son of a monkey. Damn! They added her name. Remember when we... the lady that was thrown off the balloon? Her name wasn't on there, so we were like, oh, okay, she must not have played an important role. Well, otherwise, sad face. Legend, 24 out of 30. Weapons, 0 out of 10. Allies, 15 out of 30. Troops, 0 out of 0. And events, 15 out of 60. Ooh. Alas, diamonds depress me. Score, 54 out of 130. Ah, yes. Screw you too. Well, I hope you all did enjoy that. Remember, the rules of engagement is up on my channel. If you haven't watched it, look forward to it. It's really good. It's about Dean, especially if you've got a crush on Dean or whatnot. Otherwise, you should watch it just period. Had a lot of fun with it. The Freshman Book 4 is now live. I'm going to be doing that, as well as a Diamond Edition shortly right after. So, keep that in mind. And unfortunately, as you could tell, I was getting a little raspy during the video. I do apologize. I was having to drink a little fluids throughout the videos because right now I'm fighting something off in my throat. It's kind of like strep. So I have to go see a doctor and see why the hell I'm dealing with a sore throat right now. And it was nice weather. You know, we just had 90s the other day. And now this. I digress. Otherwise, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and share. Also, feel free to, down in the description below is my social media outlets. You can always follow one of those and be updated at the moment any videos go live, because YouTube will not always share that. Also, if you like my content and wish to support it, there's also 2 links in the description as well for that. And otherwise, until next time, stay well, stay awesome, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.